Welcome to the bold analysis. Today, the 28th of March, a day after the long mass action on Monday. I want us to look at two tweets as we start this podcast because it is going to give us a bearing of our discussion now. One is from renowned political analyst and, of course, Mutahi Ngunyi, who is saying something, who reacted last night to political developments in the country. Ngunyi say, "Banning Northlands reminds me of the 2007 post-election violence. You disagree with your opponent, you ban his property. And this logic is promoted by government according to media reports. If the logic spreads, we will have no country. Only the military can contain it." Then in bracket, Kagame. Later in the midnight, there was also another tweet, a terrifying tweet from Kindiki. "We must protect our country from sliding into irretrievable anarchy." Question. Very simple question. When you say we must protect, who is this to protect? And are leaders seeing this as leading to anarchy? Are we really seeing this leading to anarchy? They are speaking about having no country, both of them. This country belongs to all of us. And sometimes we say that what we need here is leadership, not political competition. There are some in three incidences I want to look at last night, on Monday, in relation to what Kindiki and Mutahi Ngunyi is saying. In Kibera last night, there were clashes after allegedly two rivaling factions in Kibera went on a retaliatory mode at night after disagreement at the mass action. There was a team that was pro-mass action and there was a team that was trying to repulse the mass action team. And probably there was a bit of a tactical retreat and then night hell broke loose. I'm personally trying to find out details of what transpired there. I'll try to make my way there. And we saw Sakaja, the Nairobi governor, sent firefighters at night there, even though they were repulsed because of the political tension. But after engaging the dialogue with the leaders in that place, they allowed the the machines the vehicles to get there, and the fire was put off. In fact, they were just there to contain the fire so that it would not escalate to the residential houses. In Northlands City Farm, it was also allegedly up in flames on the very day, but at earlier hour, I think around 7 p.m. Despite of the whole day, there was it was attacked, it was invaded the whole day, and I think the goons had a very easy day there. Went, cut down trees, carrying the goats, and going away with them, and there was no police presence. So that is something that is alarming, because we were talking about the need to protect property, both in CBD and, of course, any other place. And there was no police presence in that place. In fact, there was no response. I'm even wondering if the private security there, they tried to contact the nearest police station to notify them of what's going on. In fact, even by the time late in the evening, there was no police officer that went to that place. We're yet to identify whether one or two have gone there to launch some investigation and maybe try to put interest in it. But clearly you can see that there was no interest. They had no interest. Contrary also to that report, I am wondering why Ruiru, I think, is in Kiambu County, Why did the Kiambu County government not deploy fire extinguishers there to make sure that the fire is put off? That report, we've not seen any attempt by then, and maybe if it was done, probably we'll get to cover. But you compare and see things, some loose ends in it. Goods are stolen, and the goons are seen selling these goods to road users there. They were interested in the goats, no pure. In fact, they didn't even, if of course, we've seen some being slaughtered in the corridors, in the sewage, but there was no pure case. It was a pure case of looting. In fact, that was not an invasion on, not just invasion on Uhuru Kenyatta's property, but it was also pure looting. And someone would be tempted to say it's an aided looting, because someone loots, he's seen on camera, he's very confident, doesn't care, it doesn't even look worried of whatever is going on. Now, I want to appeal to the leaders of this country. This is our country, both me and you. This is the country that we will leave it to our children and the children's children. Our mothers and fathers are here. All of us, we have no spare country. We don't have a spare country. We don't have a spare. That's the truth. We must rise above partisan politics. We must rise above politics and then acknowledge, as the same as what Waziri is saying, that we are sliding into anarchy. It will be early, but I think because we cannot learn the lessons, I think the military should come and rescue us. Because the precedents we are setting, we seems to be laying the bed, making all the noises, but in real sense, we are actually laying the bed. And I want to tell you why, and I want to tell the responsible authorities why we need to give it leadership. Yes, we just need leadership. This country cannot go down when all of us are seeing. And I want to tell you why, personally, I'm a bit also disappointed with whatever is going on. Kindly subscribe to our channel. At this moment, Kenyans are, there was Monday protest and there was now Thursday, maybe, if it's going to happen, if it's not called off. Kenyans are hungry. People don't have food. I even listened to, I think Citizen interviewed someone in town. Someone was saying that I support Baba. I support Baba man. But sasa, hatufanyi kazi, hatuendelei sawa. This government then should look for Baba man. Someone was saying that. This government should look for Baba, because at the end of the day, tunaumia. Now, this is what I'm saying. Kenyans are angry. And if you show them that that is the way, they will take it. There are those who are in protests. And let's take, for example, those who are protesting with Raila and they went all the way to the Kibera and where they were. They are peaceful protesters. That's the reality. But if these protesters come back home and see photos and videos of others actually benefiting, instead of, from what is a dummy protest, actually going to carry the goods in someone's place and selling, and people seeing that, okay, we are protesting, but other people are just benefiting by looting. You see the challenge here? We are creating the perception, and we are actually bringing, the looting spree is now becoming a reality. That's what we are actually, what question is, when protesters see this, what do they decode? They're saying, those who look at it as, okay, we are fighting for this country, but others are looting. So should looting be strategy? We are getting it wrong on this ground. Number two, when you allow flames to go up, people are getting maimed, frightened, and they smell oppression. They smell war. You know, we've been here, we are in this country. 2007. Quite a number of us were alive in 2007, in 2017. And so people have gone through this, and there are those who are maimed. We still have people that are still bedridden because of election skirmishes. And when people see places going to flames, for example, the residents of Kimera, seeing the flames there, what do you think is rattling in people's minds? Look at what happened in the Northland City. I have a problem with flames because flames are destructive. We should not allow flames up. Even if, I think for the Northlands, it will just be enough then to steal and the story ends there. But the taking places into flames, a flame is just, it doesn't take, start stories, read stories about how stupidly we messed in this country 2007 with the flame. So I think let's not play with the flame on this one. And that's why I believe that this country then needs to get leadership now. When the security officers fail to show presence in places where they are needed, what is the message to the masses? Lawlessness, we are alone in this. Now, that is a wrong precedence. When people can see that we are alone in this, that's a wrong precedence, to say the truth. It's not something that really works well. Doesn't show that, it doesn't help seize the fire. And so that's why I understand. I think Kindiki is a lawyer and is a man who has the heart, the country at heart. You need to arrest the situation. Destruction of property is retaliatory. That's it. When and the political class are actually creating the retaliatory narrative. That narrative is wrong. Oh no. A clip that emerged before was sometime back someone saying that there are some properties that are being destroyed in mass action, and the sponsor of mass action is Uhuru Kenyatta. So because other people are losing, he's also going to lose. That's retaliatory. So if we are to take that route, how many properties are we going to retaliate? And how long are we going to end? For when will we end all this mess? So I believe that on this one, what Kindiki is saying and what Ngunyi is saying are actually the truth. We need to arrest the situation. But who has the interest at heart? Who has the interest?